Friday the 23rd of July. This is mile 990, which for the mathematicians out there will tell you that I'm 10 miles short of doing 1,000 miles. Though it's not strictly correct. The book mileage is 990, but we've had a couple of detours. Sometimes there's detours on the trail because there's fires. They don't want people walking through it so it can regenerate, so you kind of walk around it. Now we've had about 3 of those, which are actually less mileage than the trail, so I think I'm on about 970, something like that. But next couple of days I would have done 1,000 miles. Halfway point is 1,325, so I'm about probably 2.5 weeks away from halfway on the PCT, which is kind of exciting. It's very positive, and equally it's a little bit daunting as well, because I've got to do exactly the same again. What's been going on? I lost my trekking pole. I was doing a river crossing yesterday. In fact, before I do that, let me, instead of you looking at me all the time, why don't you take a little walk up the PCT with me as I talk to you. I was doing a river crossing yesterday, and I lost one of my beloved trekking poles. Now I call these click and clack because of the noise they make, and I've had them for probably 10 years. I was doing a river crossing, clack was steadying me on one side, was in the water, and I jumped to a stone and he didn't come with me because he got stuck. And I looked round, and to my horror I saw him floating away on the Tilomni River, which well, if anybody's ever seen the Tilomni River, there's absolutely no hope in hell of catching it, because it's just deep and quick. So I kind of just watched him float away down the river, like bobbing around, cause kind of like he was waving to me, so I gave him a little wave back. So I've only got one trekking pole now. This is Click. I'm in Yosemite, still regarded as the Sierras, but it is quite different. There's just huge granite outcrops towering above you most of the time, a lot of forest, temperature's good. I don't know what it is, I suppose it hovers around 70s, 80s most of the day, but it's kind of cool up here. We're a little bit high up, it's about 8,000, something like that. The worst stuff's out of the way, all the big passes I've done. So I'm due in Bridgeport in a couple of days, then Lake Tahoe in about a week, and then I'm assured the going gets an awful lot easier, which I hope it does. From here, I think it's about 700 miles to the Oregon border, so I've been in California since day one and I've still got another 700 miles, which gives you some sort of idea of how high or long California is. Actually, you should take a look at my shoes, this is quite funny. Let me get in some sunlight actually so you can see them. They started to split, so I put some glue on them and the glue started rubbing. So I had to cut big notches in them on the side. I don't know if you can see that or not. So they're not in best of shape, I don't think you can see that very well, but I've got 2 big slits down the side. I'm still trying to get through the mosquitoes. It's just a case of long trousers, long sleeve top during the day and a hat. Normally a mosquito net over the head as well, so there's no visible skin, and most of my clothing soaked in something called permethrin, which I've been told is a bit of a nasty chemical, but they don't like it. So normally they land on your clothes and bite through it, but they tend not to like this stuff, so I generally don't get bitten that much. But it's just when you stop in the evening to make camp, they just descend on you. It's unbelievable how many they are, and you end up cooking as quick as you can and then just diving in the tent and spending most of the evening in the tent. And once the sun goes down, it gets a bit colder, they tend to die down a little bit. The hell was that? I don't know what that was. Still a few river crossings, they've died down a little bit as well. Everything else is pretty good really. I am kind of at the tail end of the pack. I think because of the amount of time I've had resting up with my feet, which are pretty good at the moment, they're about 90%. I've lost an awful lot of time, but yesterday I did a 25 miler over the Sierras, the day before I did a 22, the day before that I did a 23, which is really good mileage up here, and I've passed a lot of people. So I'm trying to make up some time now. Second half is always going to be hello, we've got a river crossing, come and look at this. This is Chrissy, who's walking ahead of me with Dodge, who's on the other side. So that is a typical river crossing. That one's about knee deep, which is about par for the course, and it's not flowing very quick either, which is always a bonus. Some of them are flowing really quickly. Even though it looks pretty deep, it's relatively easy. And that's Dodge, you can just see him over the other side. Anyway, I'm just waffling now. Thanks for listening still, hope you're enjoying the blog. Next update will hopefully be in Yosemite, which will be about 7 days from when this one gets posted. See you then.